In this example, I would like to solve this equation, and it looks like my variable here is going to be p. So if you'd like to try this first, go ahead and pause the video, do so, and then come on back and we'll work it together. Okay, so looking at this equation, it looks like I have a big fraction over here on the right side. So in order to get rid of this fraction and kind of be able to work with the p and the 5 up here, I need to do the opposite of dividing by 4, and I need to multiply both sides of this equation by 4 so as to get rid of that fraction on the right side. And this multiplication by 4 on both sides is going to be called the multiplication property of equality, which just states that if I multiply one side of the equation, I need to do so on the other side by that same value so I can keep everything nice and equal. So on this left side now, 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. And since the 4 is canceled and I no longer have this fraction, my right side is just p minus 5. So now, in order to finish isolating this value of p, right now I have it being subtracted by 5, so the inverse operation of subtraction is addition. So let's go ahead and add 5 to both sides of this equation. When I do so, of course, these 5's on the right will cancel, and I have just that p variable right there, and negative 12 plus 5 will be negative 7. And one final step, or one final thing you could kind of do if you wanted to, some students don't like to see this variable on the right side, so we can just go ahead and switch the two sides and say p equals negative 7. And we can do so using what we call the symmetric property of equality, which just says if these two expressions are equal to one another, then I can exchange them, the left side for the right and the right side for the left. And again, that's the symmetric property of equality. So we're saying here our value for p is negative 7. If we were to go ahead and plug it back in just to kind of check to make sure, we would plug negative 7 in for our value p. Negative 7 minus 5 is negative 12. Divided by that 4 is indeed negative 3. So we see that this works out. So that's the solution for this equation.